On this episode of MythBusters, we've got booms and balloons. Adam and Jamie find out if it's possible to do the impossible.
Who's done this before? Nobody!
And make a lead balloon fly.
It's looking good. It's looking good.
Then Carrie, Grant, and Tori tackle a tall tale of TNT and surfing. Can you ride a wave created with explosives? Who are the MythBusters?
Yeehaw!
Adam Savage
Time for science!
and Jamie Heineman.
Is that beautiful or what?
Between them, more than 30 years of special effects experience.
It bleeds! Let's go!
Joining them, Grant Imahara,
Don't give up on me now!
Tori Belleci,
Oh! And that's how we like it.
and Carrie Byron.
High explosives and electricity. Woo!
They don't just tell the myths, they put them to the test. First up, it's Up, Up, and Away with Adam and Jamie.
Ta-da!
Something tells me balloon myth?
Absolutely right. It's not only a balloon myth, it's actually also an idiom. Have you ever heard the expression, going down like a lead balloon?
You mean like that'll never happen?
Yeah, something impossible. The myth is that it is totally impossible to make a balloon like this one out of lead.
And so we're gonna build one.
Well, that's the only way to test it is to try.
That's what we do.
To go over like a lead balloon means you've fallen short, gone bust, or just plain failed to get off the ground, which means an airborne lead balloon is an oxymoron. It'll never happen, because lead's defining characteristic is it's heavy, and heavy just doesn't fly, or does it?
You know the envelope of this thing weighs almost 500 pounds?
Yeah, and it's huge. Something tells me we're not gonna make a lead balloon quite that big.
Well, I don't think the goal is to make a balloon that lifts us out of lead. Let's say it's just big enough to lift itself and maybe a little basket.
I'll settle for that.
So will I.
So if Adam and Jamie, with all their build skills and engineering nous, can get a lead balloon to fly, it'll be myth busted. And that's a challenge they just can't resist.
I think the biggest problem we're gonna have making a lead balloon is around the material itself, because I mean, this balloon is made of fabric that's extremely light and very strong. We're gonna be building a balloon that's very heavy and very weak, so not so easy.
After an uplifting perspective on the myth, it's back to Earth, and specifically M5 to get things rolling. Before they source the all-important lead, they decide to split up and see what they can learn with a stronger and lighter material, aluminum.
My thoughts for doing a small-scale build in aluminum are that I want this thing to look balloon-like. I could just make a tube, I could make a lot of different simple shapes, but I really want it to be as round as possible. So I'm actually gonna go for an icosahedron. That's a 20-sided regular solid, and each side is an equilateral triangle.
So Adam is basing his design on one of the 5 platonic solids. The 5 what's-its?
The platonic and Archimedean solids are polygons of regular shapes. Like a cube is one of the regular solids because it's 6 squares.
Typically, while Adam approaches the problem with a little magic, math, and a silly hat, Jamie keeps things simple.
I figure if the simplest possible way of building a balloon is just to put 2 sheets together and seal along the edges, why don't I put 2 sheets together the same way, but start by draping them across a hemisphere, a rigid male mold.
With both designs complete, the guys are ready for the float-off.
Oh, look at that. That's huge.
Well, it's bigger than yours.
Let's inflate and see.
Okay.
Remember, it's not the size that counts, but how well it flies, and how practical it'll be to build on a large scale.
Jamie, do you mind if I go first? I want to fill my balloon first. Is that okay with you? Is that okay with you? I'd like to fill my balloon first, if that's all right with you.
Okay.
Mickey Mouse's metal balloon is inflated with helium. And what do you know?
Hey, That's almost balloon-like.
Very nice. It's an approximately spherical shape.
It's icosahedral.
Icosahedral.
Yes.
The question now is, how will Jamie's super simple two-piece compare? After a blast of fast forward, it's inflated and they're elated.
It's an actual foil balloon.
So the guys have two different but successful designs, but they're made of aluminum foil, which is 6 times lighter and much stronger than lead.
Fly!
Next, Carrie, Grant, and Tori mix science with the art of surfing and get an explosive result.
Shaka! It's right here. Hang loose. Right here.
How much aloha do you have in that shaka?
So much it's sick.
What are you guys talking about?
We have a myth about surfing. There's this viral video making its way around the internet where some renegade surfers are landlocked in a city, but they want to surf.
Yeah, and then they find this canal. They throw in a bunch of dynamite, it explodes and creates a wave that one of the surfers rides.
Are you kidding me? There's no way that could work. And even if it did, you'd probably be dead, right?
Well, that's what we get to find out. High five.
In this viral video, a team of surfing gorillas are desperate to catch a wave. Their solution? Well, they hold their very own TNT party. And surf's up, dude. But were these guys really crazy enough to surf with dynamite, or is this just a cutting-edge commercial?
Okay, so how are we gonna test this?
Well, I think first we need some sort of proof of concept, because I don't even know if explosives can set off a wave. I mean, in the movies, sometimes you see a big splash, but not necessarily a wave.
Well, that raises another issue, which is the depth. Does it need to be close to the surface or down further to create a wave?
All right, well, why don't we test that by building a big water tank. We'll set off some explosions in it and see if we even create a wave. If we do, then we'll set the explosions at different depths and see if that has an effect on the size of the wave.
Excellent.
So Tori begins tackling this explosive fable by building a water tank in the backyard.
All right, let's fill it up with water.
High explosives can't be used in the parking lot, so Tori turns to an old MythBuster favorite.
Cue dramatic music.
The dry ice soda bottle bomb. And here's Tori with the Big Bang Theory.
All right, this is how you make a dry ice bursty bottle. You take a 2-liter bottle of soda, empty it out, fill it up 3/4 of the way with water, dump in a bunch of dry ice, put the cap back on, and as the dry ice is gassing off, the CO2 gases are building up pressure inside the bottle, and eventually the bottle will rupture, giving you the dry ice bursty bottle.
They'll be positioning their makeshift depth charge at various depths to see if they can make waves.
Okay, so we know that this experiment isn't to scale, but what we're after is what happens to the energy of an explosion when it's in water. Does it disturb the surface enough to be considered a wave, or does it all just simply go straight up into the air?
To find out, the team start with the least likely candidate for a surfable wave, a bottle bomb at the bottom of the tank.
Look at the waves. We're getting some swells.
The first test was with the bottle almost to the bottom of the pool. That's the worst case scenario in terms of creating some movement at the surface, because the explosion's got to push all the water above it.
Next, it's a mid-depth detonation.
Dude, that was a much bigger wave.
It was a bigger wave, definitely.
And finally, a bottle bomb at the surface.
It definitely made much smaller, ripply waves.
So the guys have their proof of concept. An explosion will make waves, and depth is a factor in the size and quality of those waves. And you could say Tori's excited.
Have you lost your damn mind?
So in theory, this might be able to work.
Yeah, but just to clarify, that was not a small scale, just a proof of concept.
Yeah, but we did show that an explosion will cause a wave.
Yeah, but doesn't a wave have to break before you can ride it?
I'm not really sure, so I think we should go and talk to a surfing expert, and we could learn how to surf.
Yeah, because if we make a surfable wave, I want to ride it.
Cowabunga! Let's rip it! Up!
Life's a beach when you're a Mythbuster. I mean, what other job requires you to go surfing for work? And after meeting Heath, their instructor, we learned that surfing lingo is all geek to Grant.
I am ready to rip it and shred some stuff. Did I say that right?
Joking aside, before surfing with dynamite, the team needs to know they can plain old surf.
Oh, it's cold.
Or, you know, even get into the water.
We're at Cowell's Beach in Santa Cruz, and this is perfect for us. Because as you can see, the waves are tiny, and that's probably what we're gonna get from an explosion in the water, are little waves. And not only that, it's perfect for learning how to surf.
What was going through my mind was, oh my God, I can't believe I'm doing this on my first try. What was coming out of my mouth was like, blah, blah, blah.
Hot air ballooning is the oldest successful flight technology. It dates back to 1763 when the French Montgolfier brothers took to the air. A rich history of refined, recreational flying followed. Until heavy metal ballooning, Mythbusters style. Adam and Jamie are tackling the myth that it's impossible to make a lead balloon fly. But they began by brainstorming with aluminum.
What do you think? I mean, they both worked.
I think that we're on to something, but I don't think we can make any conclusions until we see the lead foil.
You're right.
So all they need is the lead. Simple, right?
I didn't think the lead foil was going to be the hardest part of this myth, but it was a hassle to find a U.S. supplier.
Hello? Sprechen Sie English?
Luckily, Jamie turned up a German maker of lead foils called Epstein. What this may look like is a box full of rolls of foil that weighs about 30 pounds. In fact, this is our lead balloon.
Oh, look, it's beautiful.
Beautiful, but very, very fragile.
The problem is this. It just kind of falls apart. It's like, almost like wet toilet paper. There's not going to be any room for error. It has to be done just exactly so, or we're not going to fly.
Now that we've got this foil, rather than go right to the biggest balloon we can make with it, we're going to try making an interim balloon. This is a scale test, if you will. We're going to learn about how the material moves, how it works, how it tears, what kind of complications we're going to run into, and what kind of contingencies we'll need to plan for when we go for the full size.
Taking on board the lessons learned from Jamie's aluminum design, the guys go for a super simplistic 2-sheet lead balloon. And one of the first things they learn is the static from the tape is a problem. But Adam's Tash trick solves that.
A little static off, you'll see it drags a little less.
Oh yeah, very nice.
Isn't that cool? There's women out there who are going, oh, I wish I was that piece of tape right now.
You think?
I'm sure of it. Raise your hand. Yeah, you.
Give me a break.
The producers of Mythbusters are not responsible for any marital issues resulting from raised arms.
All right, go for it.
It's going up.
Adam may have failed to inflate Jamie's ego, but he's having more success with the lead pillow.
It might look like a lead pillow, but soon enough it'll be a balloon. Who's done this before? Nobody!
So far, this virgin voyage has been plain sailing.
Dude, it's a lead balloon.
A degree of care during construction,
Ah, I found a tear.
and a few running repairs to seal any small tears, and Adam thinks they have this myth sewn up.
This is my idea of a perfect scale test. Several things are clear to me looking at this. One is we're gonna have to go bigger in order to get real buoyancy. And we're gonna go as big as we can. Two is, while the material's not as delicate as I had feared, it's still really, really delicate. I mean, tears are forming with just the least provocation, so we're gonna have to be very, very careful.
You're gonna ruin it, aren't you?
The third thing is, I think we're only gonna get one chance to get this right. Like, if big tears start to appear because of the weight of the material, it's gonna be nearly impossible to repair them on the fly. So we're just gonna have to figure out a way to build this and fill it in a way that it involves the least amount of stress on the material.
3 great points, but surely the main point is it's not yet airborne. And as Jamie explains, that's because it's not big enough yet.
This balloon has too much lead and not enough helium. So we need to go larger, because the larger the balloon becomes, the greater the ratio of helium to lead. It's sort of a funny thing with physics and geometry, but that's the way it works.
Yep, the larger the solid, the greater the volume. That's the helium compared to the surface area, which is the lead foil. So the bigger the balloon, the more buoyancy it's got, and the greater the chance it'll be able to overcome its own weight. With the science out of the way, it must be time for lunch.
I first decided to make Le Grand Burrito in about 1985. I bought a rice patty, and I thought I could grow enough rice for the world's biggest burrito. I know most people don't think rice belongs in a burrito, but I do. So here is about 800 pounds of rice, about 700 pounds of beans, 65 avocados. It's not enough, I know, but they're not in season. And I can't remember how many tortillas, but very, very many. We're going to eat it next week.
This crazy commercial has got Cary, Grant, and Tori thinking. Is it real? Could you really create a surfable wave with dynamite? And if so, would any of the team be able to ride it? A trip to Santa Cruz later, and it's looking good on the surfing front. But what about the safety aspect? If you remember, an underwater pressure wave is fatal to fish.
I killed it!
But what about MythBusters on a surfboard? To find out, Cary has brought in underwater explosive expert Van Romero.
What are the dangers of being in the water when there's an explosion?
Well, when you detonate something underwater, it's much more dangerous than in the air. You're the same density as water. So the energy in the shockwave will easily be transferred from the water into your body. As the shockwave continues to go through your body, it reaches the surface of your lungs. In the inside of your lungs, the density is very low. And when that happens, waves start bouncing all over the place, and if your lung is subject to that, it'll start to bleed. So you won't die immediately, but you'll bleed to death in about 24 hours.
Yep, the insurance doesn't cover that, which means they'll need a surfer substitute.
Okay, giant explosion, lethal shockwave. I think this is a job for Buster.
Buster can't even stand up on his own. How's he gonna surf?
You know, I don't even think he needs to stand. I tried the cobra position coming in on a few waves, and that worked great.
Yeah, but he still needs to paddle.
I got it! Robot! Yes! I knew it! Yes, mechanical paddling robot, remote control.
So you're gonna make a row bot? Get it, row?
A problem to solve
Ready to hang 10?
and a robot to build. It's a little slice of grand heaven.
Now, one of the most essential things about being able to catch a wave is to get up speed by paddling. And this, if you don't have enough speed, the wave's just gonna cross by you. So, I'm gonna make some steel arms, which are going to be Buster's arms, and those will be hooked to a motor. And as the wave is coming up, I'll start the motor spinning. That will start the arms of paddling and get Buster's speed up so that hopefully when the wave hits, they'll be at exactly the right speed and take off.
And while Grant finishes the motor to power the paddles, he's drafting Cary for some help.
What we're gonna do is trace out an arm profile and then cut it out of steel.
So you wanted to use my arms because they're big and muscular? Is that what you bring me over for?
No, you're gonna trace my arms because they're paddly.
But mine have more length, so it could, you know, a lot faster. Yeah.
Sorry, the piece of steel I bought will fit my arm.
Okay, so do you want me to put a muscle on it? I'll get a pen.
With Cary on arm duty, the guys soon whip the bot into shape, including a remote control rudder, AB foam legs, and torso, modeled, of course, on Grant.
Ta-da!
And a quick paint job.
Okay, so the remote-controlled surfing robot is finally done. It consists of a 10-foot foam board with a paddling mechanism. It has a swivel, just like your real body would move as you paddle out. All the electronics are encased in a waterproof enclosure, has a 12-volt battery. For minor adjustments, there's also a rudder on the back. And the wave's over here. Perfect. Now start paddling, dude. Paddle. Okay. It's good to go. I'm ready to hit the waves.
So we have our surfer, Frank's bringing the explosives, and our researchers found us a lake.
Yeah, it's an Angels camp, and it's a quarry lake, so there's nothing to be killed by the explosion.
So no fish in a barrel type lethal shockwave of death.
Yeah, well, let's get up there and start making waves.
So this beautiful quarry lake is the location for the final experiment.
How's he gonna hang 10? He got no feet.
And the first order of business is a test run with the surfing robot.
I am feeling a little nervous at this point because none of us are going to be allowed to surf. This is our only option for testing the myth.
You look nervous.
Yes, I'm a little nervous. Now, that having been said, I'm hoping that RoboGrant has been imbued with the natural surfing talent that real Grant has.
Well, it didn't flip over.
Yep, it looks like Grant has imbued RoboGrant with all of his surfing powers.
All right, let me
awesome.
turn him.
Nice.
Thank you. Thanks.
And it didn't flip
Thanks.
It's a beautiful robot.
So RoboGrant did us proud. There's no doubt about that. He's got the mad surfing skill. However, I would like to see him go a little bit faster.
And to achieve that, Grant switches the paddle action from freestyle to butterfly.
Oh yeah, he is faster though.
Surf's up, dude.
So RoboGrant's good to go.
Yeah, spank that water.
But Carrie's concerned about our evil genius's motives.
Does anybody find it creepy how many Grant robots have been on the show? Is it just me, or is he trying to, like, clone himself and make a little army?
I like it. I think we're keeping it.
The crucial thing about an adage is the kernel of truth it's based on has become accepted over time. But MythBusters don't accept the truth, they test it. And to test the truth of the adage to go down like a lead balloon, they're building one.
Who's done this before? Nobody! I don't know. What do you think the plan should be for going full scale?
I'm not really in love with that burrito shape. I mean, it kind of started to work, but it doesn't look like a balloon, and I think it won't handle the stresses once we get much larger.
You're right. And both of these require so much manipulation of the foil. I mean, the one thing we learned from the lead foil is it's way too delicate to make a shape like this.
Yeah, we need to figure out a way of just building it in place and not touching it, just inflating it from there.
I've got an idea that may work. It involves laying the material out piece by piece and taping it as it goes down so we only move it once. And then hopefully, when we inflate it, it would unfold. It would be just one of the simplest platonic solids.
So it'll open like a flower.
Exactly. Let me try and work that out.
And so our Swami of origami goes to work.
The biggest problem that the lead is giving us is that it's delicate, and we can't go lifting up huge sheets of it to tape these complicated seams. We have to build our three-dimensional shape flat and then inflate it. Use the spread distributed load of the helium to bring this thing out into 3 dimensions. We can't move the lead around too much. So I'm gonna try and design a way to make a cube so that we lay it out panel by panel flat, and then we can inflate it. It works. All right. There it is. That's the deal.
With the design and construction map worked out, Adam crunches the all-important numbers.
Roughly 11 kilograms.
He's planning to use 640 square feet of lead, which weighs 11 kilos, or 24 pounds. But will the helium inside that cube have enough lift?
In its cubular form, this thing's gonna have 30 kilograms, roughly 70 pounds of lift. That's far more than the lead that makes it up is going to weigh. In fact, we'll have so much buoyancy out of this that in order to get it fully inflated, I think we're gonna have to add some air. We're gonna have to thin out our helium. That's great, we're way in the green on this.
So it's full scale ahead. But the idiosyncrasies of the material mean Jamie's having to go to extraordinary lengths.
This lead balloon is going to be so big that we've got to make special rigs just to get over top of these panels while we're assembling them. We can't obviously just crawl all over it because the lead is so delicate, we'll puncture it in that process. Therefore, I'm making a big swinging boom arm that we can put on a forklift to put one of us out on the boom. We'll be on a sort of a car that will have a basket that we'll be in so our arms can hang down right over top of what we're working on.
Dude, this is elegant and simple.
What we would always want on MythBusters.
They're all set, and while the guys pack up and head out, let's take time to find out more about the myth.
So the phrase "to go over like a lead balloon," meaning to fail miserably, what's our earliest citation of it?
Well, that would be in 1924 from a syndicated cartoon called Mom and Pop.
Oh, but come on. I mean, if we're going to talk about this phrase, we got to go to the 60s. And the story has it that Jimmy Page was finishing up a Scandinavian tour with the New Yardbirds and was told that it would go over like a lead balloon, had a eureka moment, and named the band Led Zeppelin.
I wonder if that was also the origin of heavy metal.
Gonna make a lead balloon! Adam and Jamie have arrived at the Alameda Naval Base, a familiar and favored location.
Well, we're in lovely Building 24, where we've shot not only Running in the Rain and Trailblazers, but also other myths like Helium Life Raft.
Hey, Adam,
Yeah.
this isn't working.
No, it seems to have failed utterly.
We've chosen this because we got plenty of room to fly, we got no wind, we got a nice flat surface to build on.
And today we're making our lead balloon.
Or at least that's the plan, because the myth states that it's impossible. A challenge Adam and Jamie seem to be taking personally.
This whole build depends on how carefully we do this. Success or failure depends on all the little details, like a smooth floor.
Why is that piece of tape there?
If we have dirt on this floor and we've gone through and we've swept it like several times, we're scraping any little bits of tape or anything that we can get off of it. It has to be pristine. We're gonna lay down paper. We're gonna be wearing booties when we're working around this. This is gonna be like a medical procedure.
Okay, everybody, this is no walk zone.
With military-like precision, Jamie directs preparation of the assembly area, ready for Adam's origami design.
Yeah, there you go. That's it.
It's basically going to be a 10-foot by 10-foot by 10-foot cube of lead.
So, 10 foot.
Our construction plan is pretty simple. Jamie will be assembling squares while I'm assembling the regular balloon. And here's the plan I worked out in the shop. It's 12 steps, 12 pieces of lead. Each square gets assembled over on the assembly square and then put together on the home square.
With rubber gloves to protect against what is, after all, a poisonous material, the guys begin building the ambitious 12-step plan. Adam is putting the actual cube together on the home square, while Jamie production lines the larger pieces from the 15-inch rolls.
I've got the first side completed. And oddly enough, it's the bottom. It's about 100 square feet of lead. It used up 2 rolls. Jamie's working on the second sheet, which actually will get cut into triangles to start our actual origami assembly process. It is hard work.
Almost as bad as picking strawberries.
Have you done that?
Uh-huh.
Is it real? What? Is this all low to the ground?
Yeah, you're like this for all day long.
Oh. I didn't know you were a migrant worker. Is that when you were riding the rails?
It was my first business, was strawberries.
I can't believe I just learned something I didn't know about you.
I hired a bunch of the local girls, like 10-year-olds, and we're out there picking in the field.
Employment standards were less of an issue during the Great Depression. The first square is coming off the assembly line, and according to Adam's grand origami plan, it gets cut into equilateral triangles
Okay, the first one's coming off.
before being moved into position on the home square.
It's pretty darn good.
The ingeniously named Step 2 is complete when piece 2 is taped into position. Cue the cable car.
What we have here is the largest clear tape dispenser in the world.
Simply insert an Atom to tape in all those awkward, hard-to-reach places.
I've never built anything like this before. The final result's going to be about 7 or 8 layers thick in some places. That's as thick as one of your hairs. That's how thin the material we're working with is. So the difference over here in the home square from step 1 to step 12, nothing. You're not going to see a darn thing. Just at one point, we're going to start inflating. It's going to work like a popcorn popper, hopefully.
After seeing this internet video, Carrie, Grant, and Tori couldn't resist the myth that it's possible to catch a wave created by dynamite. And with Robo-Grant all set to surf, Carrie and Tori head out onto the lake to work out where to place the explosives.
First up, Tori and I are going on a recon mission to figure out what the bottom of the lake bed looks like. We have a depth finder, and the sheriff's department has lent us a boat.
49, 48.
We know from talking with our expert, to get a breaking wave, we need a discontinuity in the bottom of the body of water. Now, this is a man-made quarry lake, which means it has those discontinuities. And if we put our explosives in just the right spot,
Right here. This is where I want it.
we might be able to create a perfect breaking wave for our robot surfer to ride.
As it turns out, the topography of the lake bed is perfect. A gradual slope from the southern end to the shallower north will act just like a beach. The gradient will drag on the leading edge of the wave, causing the faster-moving back edge to break over the top.
Okay, so we can put the surfer right there, and then we can measure back for where we want the explosive.
That's the location, but what about the strength and depth of the charge?
All right, so our shop test showed that the depth, it definitely is a factor, the size of the wave. Now that we're out here, why don't we try setting our explosions at different depths just to see what kind of waves we get?
Well, just to start, we've got 50 pounds. You want to put it about 30 feet, see what happens?
Sounds good.
Now, since we don't really know exactly what depth we want to do this at, we're still trying to figure it out. I was wondering maybe we should save Robo-Grant until we know, we got a good depth and we know we're going to get a good wave.
Great.
You don't want to wreck them yet?
Not yet.
Remember, in the viral video, it looks like they used 3 or 4 sticks of dynamite. Maybe 3 pounds? But retired FBI agent Frank Doyle thinks that just won't cut it. He suggests starting with 50 pounds of the high-explosive trinitrotoluene, or TNT. With an explosive velocity in the region of 7,000 meters per second, no wonder Grant's nervous about blowing Robo-Grant right out of the water.
Okay, Frank, this is Grant. We are in position and ready for you to start the countdown. Over.
We're ready to go. It's going to be 3 fires in the hole and a count. Fire in the hole! Fire in the hole! Fire in the hole! 3, 2, 1.
Dude, you can feel it!
Okay, wait, that was 50 pounds. Let's see what kind of wave rolls in.
Wow, that's pretty huge.
That was amazing. That was 50 pounds of TNT, 30 feet deep. But the wave that ended up making it to the shore, maybe about an inch high.
Despite the impressive amount of TNT, it barely raised a ripple.
Yeah, I think it's too deep.
Yeah, that energy just totally wasted too deep.
Okay, let's split the difference. Let's bring it up to like 12 feet.
Sounds good to me.
Great. So what we saw here was the same kind of behavior we saw in our shop test, which was if you have the charge too deep, under too much water, you just get a big kind of thud and no wave.
Make the drop.
So what we're gonna do now is move the charge a little bit closer to the surface
Explosives on the water, going down.
and see if we can get more of that energy out and hopefully creating a wave.
All right, Frank, 12-foot depth with 50 pounds of TNT. Let her rip.
3, 2, 1, fire!
The wave! I like it!
Surf's
Look!
up, dude!
It's still coming.
That's about what, 6 inches, maybe a foot?
Yeah, the peak of the leading wave looks to be a foot high, a huge improvement on the 30-foot test, which means the team are happy with the depth of the charge, 12 feet.
It's breaking! It's breaking! Yeah! Little waves!
Next, they want to supersize those waves. For that, they're going for broke and using their entire supply.
You want to get on the corner
Surf
with
this.
We're talking about a body bag filled with TNT. That's 200 pounds. This should be a really big explosion.
Let us know if you're going to fade back there, Hans.
Okay, let's put things into perspective. This little explosion was a mere ½ pound of TNT.
Look at the door! Wow!
So if 200 pounds of TNT doesn't whip up a wave, this myth is truly busted. Waiting in the wings for his big debut is Robo-Grant. But before the big blast, the real Grant takes time out for a quick pep talk.
Okay, buddy. Needless to say, this entire experiment rests on you. This is your time to shine. You've got a long history of robotic friends to live up to. RoboCat, the Mad Batter, the sword-swinging robot. This is your chance, man, all right? Go out there, make us proud.
All right, slap away.
Good luck, buddy!
Robo-Grant paddles out to a predetermined distance from ground zero, while Frank coordinates the drop before everyone retreats to a safe distance.
This is the big one, you guys. Yep.
Commencing the firing sequence. Fire in the hole! Yeah!
There we go. Got it. I'm good. I'm good. I'm good.
Straighten him out. Here we go.
He's going.
Yeah, dude.
He's going.
You're-
He's going.
you're perfect
I
alignment.
have speed. I have speed. No.
Here we go.
2, 1.
Adam and Jamie are testing the accepted truth in the idiom to go down like a lead balloon. And if they manage to fly this huge heavy metal inflatable, it's myth busted.
I define flight as balloon off the ground. As soon as the balloon is buoyant enough to support its own weight on top of the helium that's inside of it, then I say that we've got flight. Everything after that is just gravy. It's all working out quite well right now. Makes me a little nervous.
We're only going to find out if this works right at the very end. There's no trial and error on the way. This either works or it doesn't. It's a one-shot deal. Little did the MythBusters know that there was a herd of cattle waiting in the other room.
The 12th hour of the build comes and goes, but the final step in Adam's design, the 12th, is in sight.
Well, we are just about to reach the most dangerous and tricky part of the lead balloon, which is the notorious triangles number 10 and triangle number 11. You'll see along here, it's a straightforward left side flanking tape maneuver. But on the inside left edge is got to attach to piece number 2 under 5 other layers of lead. And 11 is not much simpler.
This is the part I haven't been looking forward to the whole time.
Okay, slowly, 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 slowly. Back to the map.
The pressure is on for Adam to get these final pieces right, but he won't know until they inflate it if his origami cube has been taped together correctly.
So this is the moment of truth. This is one of the many moments of truth, but we're just about to put the top piece, number 12, on the structure here, and then tape it all the way around. After that, there's some rigmarole, but pretty much we're ready to fill. This might just work.
Oh, no, 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 it's not gonna work.
They're close, but getting that final piece onto home square is proving a challenge.
Hold on, I'm not there.
With everyone's patience as thin as the foil, tempers and frustrations are only just kept in check.
Slow down, slow down.
Everybody slow.
Okay, stop, stop.
But they finally get there, and with piece number 12 taped into position, Adam bounces back.
I'm now feeling so optimistic that we're gonna get buoyancy that I'm gonna shoot even higher. And I want this thing looking like a real inflatable balloon, like with a basket and with passengers. Yes, Jamie and I are gonna go for a ride in the lead balloon.
This thing laying on the paper over here is about the most bizarre thing that we've ever put together. Because, and I can't say this enough, it's just absolutely incredible. There are 12 layers of lead on the floor, and all together, stacked one on top of each other, they add up to nothing any thicker than a human hair. That puts into perspective what we've had to do to make a lead balloon that actually flies.
Their thin, flat-pack cube is complete, but how are they going to inflate it?
Jamie and I have been thinking about ways in which this will fail spectacularly. We're both nervous about this little area in the middle that has to open like a flower with 4 edges scraping over each other. And to hopefully countervene this, we are going to be filling this balloon both into the bottom and into the top. We're hoping to pillow it up so the parts will move and slide over each other with a little less stress than just from the bottom having to lift like 3/4 of the weight of the balloon. All right, so 640 square feet of lead, 11 kilograms, 1,200 feet of helium. You ready?
It's going up.
You gonna man the valves?
I'll do that.
All right.
Adam is understandably nervous. His clever design is on the line. And as Jamie opens up the helium, one thing's apparent.
It's gonna take a while.
It's going to be an excruciatingly slow process.
This is the most delicate time in this procedure because we've got hundreds of taped joints. If that tape sticks someplace that it's not supposed to, if something catches, it can rip, it can tear, things can come apart. This is the hard part. If we get past this, we're golden.
This is the big one, you guys.
Carrie, Grant, and Tori are just about to put the myth of surfing with dynamite to the ultimate test.
Commencing the firing sequence.
A few feet below the surface of this quarry lake is 200 pounds of TNT. And closer than any human could get is Robo-Grant, the surfing robot hanging out for the perfect wave.
I have speed. I have speed. No.
Here we
Sorry.
go.
It was a huge explosion, but is the wave actually surfable?
Yes!
Robo-Grant is paddling furiously, and Grant keeps his stunt double on course. But the wave just rolls right under the surfboard, despite the outrageously over-the-top quantity of TNT and an explosion to match. The wave still wasn't surfable. As it radiates from the epicenter in an ever-increasing circle, it runs out of energy, leaving Robo-Grant thinking about his next trip to Maui, unlike the team, who, when they get a bang like this, are always satisfied.
Nice job!
Nice job.
That was not anything like the video at all. That was definitely CG, and I see one major flaw with a wave being surfed from an explosion. It's you get a radial wave, and it just dissipates too small. It's not like the ocean where it just carries on.
Yeah, you know, he was paddling and paddling, and he had enough speed, and he looked like he was starting to catch it, but then the wave went away.
Just kind of went. But I mean, you can't get a bigger explosion than that for what we're doing. That was amazing.
No,
That
it
was
perfect.
great.
But on top of all that, if you were in the water and a bomb that big went off that close to you, you would be dead.
Yeah.
So
Good
this
point.
one's totally busted.
Busted!
Adam and Jamie's mythical lead balloon is in fact complete. The guys are in the process of inflating their inflatable, but it's not as simple as it sounds, and it's taking a while.
Well, we've encountered our first slight difficulty, which is that the helium doesn't fill this thing in any kind of even fashion. So as you can see, it's heavily weighted towards one side, and I don't want to put too much stress on one part of this balloon. I would like to even it out as much as I can. So we're going to take a big plastic drop cloth, lay it over this, and use it to kind of even out the helium's filling of the balloon.
Yes.
Hopefully that'll keep it stable.
I like that a lot better.
Yeah, me too.
With Adam monitoring and fretting over even the slightest tear,
I'm nervous because of the way I saw it unfold, creating tears in a burrito. But right now, I'm provisionally happy.
and Jamie carefully controlling the flow of helium and air into the top and bottom of the cube, it slowly but surely rises.
We're putting air in this because we think we actually have too much buoyancy. We want it to just barely come off the ground, otherwise we're liable to rip something. If we can get it so it ever so gently goes up, we're golden.
By mixing the heavier and less buoyant air with helium, they're hoping to prevent any sudden lift that would tear the delicate lead foil apart.
Okay, before it becomes too much trouble, I want to pull the visqueen off and have everyone grab the cords.
Whatever you think.
Okay.
Adam directs his troops, and the plastic drop cloth is carefully removed.
It's looking good, it's looking good. Okay, everyone go ahead and let it up a little bit. Go ahead, let's get some helium.
And the flat pack origami cube slowly comes to life.
I don't see any major holes, I don't see any major failure points, but I'm keeping a close eye on it.
Hey, Adam.
Yeah.
Congratulations on the design. It unfolded and twisted out just the way it was supposed to. Whether it flies or not, I don't know, but your plan worked.
I'm really psyched about this one.
The cube may be taking shape, but with the containment of the plastic gone, the foil is free to shift and ripple.
Ah, there we go. I knew I felt something. There's a big rip here.
And suddenly the build picks up pace.
Opening tank 3.
I got a hole.
Teetering on the tipping point of failure.
Good, hold on tight to that.
And the promise of flight.
Oh, hold on to it, hold on to it. Hold on, that's it.
Rips and tears appear everywhere. But like the little boy in the dike, Adam stays ahead of the leaks.
This is looking okay.
And incredibly, the lead balloon keeps rising.
Oh, I gotta tell you, I'm pretty happy about this thing right now. I'm pretty excited. It's a lead balloon. Oh my God, I'm getting dizzy. Woo!
It's a balloon made out of lead, and it's up there. It's floating. It worked.
But Adam, for one, ain't satisfied with just off the ground.
I still want more balloonness out of it.
I know.
He wants all the knobs, bells, and baskets he can get. Without requiring expensive insurance, our disposable hosts are in the basket, ready for liftoff. And with a few more gentle blasts of helium, the real Adam and Jamie watch their experiment go up like a lead balloon.
Dude.
That is a lead balloon.
I am really pleased. We might have been able to get away with a smaller balloon, but this is a lead balloon. We did it.
That worked beautifully. It's perfect. 11 kilos of lead hanging right over my head. And if I let this go, it's going up. It's just amazing.
Well, I tell you, that might be ridiculously impractical, but, you know, if someone says it's impossible, we just take it as a challenge. Busted idiom.
Which leaves just one thing left to do.
How are we going to get it down?
How about with a baseball?
It's time to destroy it.
It was inevitable, really.
Go ahead and throw it.
Like a sandcastle at the end of a summer's day, the kids can't help but destroy their creation.
There it is. All right.
That's a chunk of lead.
Good job, well done. Let's go.
So do you think we could actually make a Led Zeppelin?